Men today are waking up. They see the games, the entitlement, and the endless options women keep in their back pocket. They see modern dating for what it is, a rigged system that favors short-term flings over long-term commitment. But here's the truth. Real women still exist. The problem is, they're harder to find. If you want a woman who's feminine, loyal, and actually relationship-minded, you need to stop looking in all the wrong places. This is how you find a real woman in 2025. Step 1. Avoid the digital circus. Social media has ruined modern dating. Instagram, Tinder, TikTok, these platforms have turned women into attention addicts. They crave likes, validation, and DMs from guys they'll never date. A real woman, she's not posting thirst traps for strangers. She's not living for male validation online. She's living her life in the real world. So if she's obsessed with her social media presence, if she can't go an hour without checking her phone, if she's constantly chasing clout, walk away. A woman who values online attention more than a real relationship will never be loyal. Step 2. Look for traditional values. The modern world pushes women to act like men, chasing careers, rejecting femininity, and treating men as disposable. And then people wonder why relationships are falling apart. A real woman values family, loyalty, and respect. She doesn't see men as competition. She sees them as partners. She embraces her feminine nature instead of fighting against it. So where do you find her? You're not going to stumble upon her at a nightclub or a feminist rally. You're more likely to find her in faith-based communities, small-town environments, family gatherings, or circles where traditional values are still respected. She's the type of woman who enjoys cooking for the people she loves, who prioritizes relationships over partying, and who actually wants a strong, masculine man in her life. Step 3. Watch how she talks about men. This is a huge test. If she constantly says things like, men are trash, if she mocks masculinity, if she treats men like they owe her the world, she's been poisoned by modern ideology. A real woman respects men. She doesn't see them as oppressors. She sees them as providers, protectors, and partners. She values a strong man, not one who's constantly apologizing for being masculine. If she has nothing but resentment for men, she's not relationship material. She's been trained to see men as the enemy, and that's not something you can fix. Step 4. Test for loyalty. Loyalty is rare in today's world. Too many women keep their options open, waiting for a better man to come along. They entertain male friends, they hide their phone, and they get defensive when you set boundaries. A real woman chooses her man and stands by him. She doesn't run at the first sign of struggle. She doesn't have a backup plan. She doesn't play games. The best way to test for loyalty? Watch how she acts when she doesn't get what she wants. Does she stay by your side when things get tough? Or does she start looking elsewhere the moment she's unhappy? A disloyal woman will leave when you're down. A loyal woman will stick by you, even when times are hard. Step 5. Lead like a man. Here's something most guys don't want to hear. You attract what you are. If you want a high-value, feminine, loyal woman, you need to be a strong, masculine leader. Women naturally follow men who have their life together, men who are confident, disciplined, and driven. A real woman doesn't want to compete with you. She wants to be led by a man she trusts and respects. So if you want that kind of woman, become the kind of man who earns her respect. The bottom line is that finding a real woman in 2025 isn't impossible, but it requires higher standards and smarter choices. Stay away from attention seekers. Look for traditional values. Test for respect and loyalty. And most importantly, become the kind of man a real woman would want to follow. Because at the end of the day, modern women are everywhere. But a real woman, she's rare, and she's worth it. Join our free newsletter in the description, the weekly Bro Chat, where we talk about topics like this, which are most important to men.